All right, let's talk about a document you probably think you know, the Constitution of India. But I want you to forget all the dry legal jargon you learned in school, because today we're going to see why it's less of a textbook and more of a national blockbuster.
A blockbuster? I know what you're thinking. How can a constitution be a blockbuster, right? We usually picture some dusty, formal document. But the story behind India's constitution, wow, it's packed with drama, it's got this epic scale, and believe it or not, some seriously incredible artistic flair.
So we're going to uncover some of the plot twists they definitely didn't teach you about in school. First up, to really get this story, you've got to understand the sheer scale of the production. I mean, this was a monumental undertaking, right from the very beginning.
Get this, it's over 145,000 words long. That makes it the longest written constitution of any country in the entire world. To put that in perspective, that's way more than enough to fill a pretty thick novel.
And, this wasn't something they just threw together. Nope. This epic piece of work took the Constituent Assembly almost 3 full years. We're talking nonstop debate, drafting, and refining. It was an absolute marathon of intellectual and national effort.
Now, every good blockbuster needs a compelling plot twist, right? Well, the Constitution's preamble has a fantastic one.
The very first sentence of the Constitution, its mission statement, its promise to the people of India, it didn't always read the way it does now. 2 of its most defining words were actually added much, much later. So the words socialist and secular, they weren't actually in the original text from 1950. Can you believe that? They were inserted way later, in 1976, during a period of national emergency. This was a huge ideological update to the country's core identity, decades after it was first written down. Okay, but beyond the text and its twists, the document itself is a visual spectacle. This is where the Constitution really transforms from a legal file into something more like a national art gallery. You see, the framers of the Constitution wanted to create more than just a set of rules. They wanted to present the law alongside a vibrant, visual celebration of India's deep and rich history. And that's exactly what they did. Every single page of the original document is decorated with totally unique artwork. It's this incredible way of connecting the nation's laws to its ancient, creative past. The artists were pulling inspiration from these timeless sources, like the famous frescoes of the Ajanta caves, and even designs from the ancient Mohenjo-Daro civilization. And finally, let's talk about the incredible craftsmanship of the original copy itself, what the source calls the most royal fact of all. The very first copy of the Indian Constitution wasn't just run through a printing press. Oh no. It was meticulously crafted by hand, making sure that the foundational document of the Republic was itself a unique work of art. This whole approach just gave the rule of law this classy and royal feel. It was all handwritten in this beautiful, flowing calligraphy on high-quality parchment paper made to last for centuries. So you see, it was never just about writing down laws. It was about creating a lasting legacy. So, the next time you think of the Constitution, I hope you remember it's so much more than just a set of rules. It's a real story that embodies the spirit of a nation. A story told through epic effort, dramatic changes, and just breathtaking artistry. Which kind of leaves us with one final thought, right? Is this document just a rule book, a history lesson, or is it a national masterpiece? Maybe its real power, what truly makes it a blockbuster, is that it somehow manages to be all 3 at the same time.